Tom Laughlin, good to see you, man.
Nice to be seen.
Do people call you Tom Laughlin?
Never.
Really?
A lot of times my mom still calls me Thomas when I'm in trouble, and she's 75 years old, but I could still get in trouble by my mom. But no, I don't ever get called Thomas.
You're 44 years old.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you don't look older than 44.
Well, thank you.
Which, you know what, in the wrestling business, that is the fact that you told me you've never had a surgery?
Nope.
Now, you've had a ton of bad injuries, though, right?
Broke my neck, broke my back, been thrown in fire, 2 torn pecs, torn bicep, torn shoulder. I keep on going.
And 16 concussions?
Probably. I can't remember that many, but
yeah.
I know I also broke 17 fingers, which stinks because you only have 10, and I don't know which ones I broke more than once.
So the 16 concussions I'm interested in, how would you compare, let's say your brain when you were 21 was 100% effective. What are you now?
The only time I see it is with my handwriting. If I look at past documents or past autographs and I'll see my handwriting's a little bit messed up, I think, but also in, my speech I think is good. I think I handle myself pretty well, but hopefully it doesn't catch up. Maybe I have a lot of forehead, so I have more of a, maybe that protected me. My hair hasn't moved since 1997, so that's good. And hairspray and gel.
But I look at that and I say, well, you're 44. I know you love the game, but you have a wife and you have kids and you have the brain power to live the rest of your life. Doesn't part of you say, you know what, I should probably get out because after 16 concussions, I'm pretty lucky to be this sharp?
Yeah, well, again, most of my concussions happened in the 90s when we didn't know about chair shots to the head. WWE has implemented an amazing wellness program. There are no chair shots to the head. To me, in the year 2015, there should never be a chair shot to the head. You could hit a guy in the stomach, you could hit a guy in the back, makes the same amount of noise. But again, 90s, originally ECW, I used to tell my best friend, break a steel chair over my head, and I would do the same to him. And it was just what we felt we had to do. But you look at the progression of football and how they've had extra helmets or even batters in baseball, or, they have made certain precautions to improve the game and the wellness for the players.
As a hardcore guy, did you feel like one of the most important things for you was to keep raising the bar, to do something that nobody else had done?
100%. I was famous for a move taking a choke slam. I would walk into this building and be like, you can drop me from there to the floor. What Mick Foley did in Hell in a Cell, that one huge bump, I used to do it all the time. And sometimes not even on television, because I felt the fans expected it. And I would always try to escalate what we topped last time, because we were going to the same arena, so you can't let the fans be bored or else they're not going to come back. So how can I top it? I once four tables stacked high. That was the highest we could go, or else we had to get a different building. And but I just basically told the guy, let's fight up there. You take me, do it, and I did it.
So is it fair to say that a live audience, a TV audience, makes you crazy? No, that it gets you to do things that no normal human being would do. You would never do that if you weren't encouraged to do it by something coming from the inside.
Again, like we were talking about hardcore and passion, it's the love of the game. There was a wrestler called the Dynamite Kid. He used to do headbutts from the top of the rope to the floor. And it was just that work ethic, that I will do anything what it takes to entertain the fans. So yes, you are correct. And again, adrenaline, there's nothing like it. When I go out there and perform sometimes, my mind says you're 25. But then when you go out there and you feel a certain bump, you're like, guess what? Your body's telling you you're 44. Like you said, I'm hoping to transition to behind the scenes, which is why a big part of my own company. If you could check out that bruise, that's from Sunday on a small show in Houston. We raised money for autism, and I did that to myself, putting a guy through a table. I protected him and messed up my arm. But for me, my own conscience, knowing that I didn't want to hurt him, I'd rather take one. When I have my own huge show, 6 days from then, but that's, again, my work ethic and what I want to do.
Well, you mentioned your mom, 75 years old. You have a wonderful wife, 2 beautiful girls. Anyone say to you, hey, stop doing this?
No.
I just met you now, and I'm loving you, and I'm going to say, stop doing this.
I remember when I was knocking on 30, people like, you're going to be in a wheelchair by the time you're 30. And again, you always got to listen to your veterans. I messed up because there's a wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer, Terry Funk, 70 years old. He still wrestles. And he's my mentor. I should have picked a mentor who was kind of retired a lot earlier. But, I mean, Terry Funk was doing moonsaults into the crowd at 50 for original ECW. And even when he went and got new knees, got double knee replacement, he's like, I got new knees. I could go out there and destroy him again. he's doing something that he's loved. I don't know if I want to go that route, but I would love to just, here's my legacy, here's my new guys, go out there.
House of Hardcore 9, this Saturday, Ted Reeve Arena in Toronto. More information where?
HouseofHardcore.net, the Tommy Dreamer on Twitter.
What'll people see?
They will get the most value for their dollar. They will, if you left wrestling or you were no longer a wrestling fan, I want you to come there and just say, wow, this is something different. This is my vision of professional wrestling. Wrestling, like you said, has been a foundation for so many people. People have left. Why? Because maybe they don't like what they're seeing on television. Hopefully you'll be attracted to it.
You know, it's a great sales pitch, and I believe that you will deliver that because I've seen the stuff you do. I've seen your shows. And, hey, I'm just fine for the free tickets now, I got to tell you. Thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.